Thompson at the point.
And be efficient. Finding good looks like that right there.
Hill picked up by Simons. Ersan gets it back.
Back against Gordon. Danny Green, great shot.
We're going to be taking a look at how you can be an active screener within your offense. So being able to utilize a slip cut. So a slip cut is open when the cutter draws two defenders, right? And then you're able to be open in space after you've set the screen. The other thing you're going to see in these clips is the player that has the basketball in their hands, their defender does not apply any ball pressure. So that allows the player that has the basketball in their hands to be more like a quarterback. And then when they're able to see that player that is open after the screen, they're able to fire that pass in there, right? And again, just be comfortable being able to make that pass. The other thing that you'll see in these clips is after the screener sets the screen and then they're available for the slip, right? The help is usually occupied, so that allows for them to catch in space and be able to finish around the rim without having to finish through much contact, right? And then the last thing I'm going to point out as we dive into these clips is as a screener, right, you want to be an active screener. You want to make sure that, one, you're reading the defense, right? So you're reading your defender, you're reading the cutter's defender, and then you also are going chin to shoulder, having your eyes to where the basketball is. So the moment that you do become available for that slip, right, you're able to present your hands, right, and your chest to the basketball, right, showing that your teammate who has the basketball, showing them that you're available, or you kind of have lock in, with eye contact and have that nonverbal communication where they're able to fire that pass in and then they're able to finish around the rim. So you're going to see in this first clip here, number 10 at the bottom of our screen. He's going to go set the screen for number 1. So you're going to see in these clips, right, there's going to be shooters that are coming off these screens. So again, that's going to put pressure on the defense as well. So one is a great shooter. He's a great playmaker. He's coming off the screen. So that's going to, put pressure on the defense. Right? And that's why there is some of that miscommunication, because they don't want to allow him to catch the basketball for a rhythm shot, right, or even catch the basketball to try to make a play, which allows number 10 to be available for the slip here. So right after he sets the screen, number 10 presents again his chest, his hands to the basketball, no ball pressure being applied. So the player at the top of the key, the point guard, he's able to fire that pass in there. The last thing, again, like I talked about before, action happening away. So they set another pin down on the other side of the floor. So again, that occupies the help, and number 10 is able to get a wide open dunk. In this clip, they're going to go with punch action. So number 22, again, another great three-point shooter. He's going to set the cross screen for the big. And then after the cross screen, he's going to come off the pin down. So screener to screener action. So they come off the pin down here right below the free throw line. Again, you can see the screener's defender, he goes to show, has his hand up the line. But again, they don't want 22 to get a rhythm shot. So miscommunication, but again, having a great cut, trying to take his defender right into the screen. And then for you being an active screener, you want to still be able to make contact. So you want to make contact with the cutter's defender. Again, he draws 2. Again, you can see how I believe that's number 10 again for Butler. He opens up his chest, his hands to number 2 to the basketball. No ball pressure being applied. You got a player away in the opposite corner, so you've got that player should probably be pulled in here more so. With being all the way on the weak side, should be pulled more towards the rim. So again, another breakdown here for the defense. But again, being an active screener after you set the screen, presenting yourself to the basketball, you're able to catch in space and finish. You can see George Hill, so another punch action here. Chris Middleton sets the cross screen for Robin Lopez. George Hill dribbles over after the sideline out of bounds, looks to enter it to Robin Lopez, right? So one, they want to read that, but they really want to get the shot here. So they really want to get Chris Middleton for the shot here at the top of the key. You'll see some miscommunication here. They're calling out the switch, but Kent Bazemore for the Portland Trail Blazers does not. So again, miscommunication. He's trying to call out the switch. It's too late here where he doesn't recognize the switch. So again, Chris Middleton draws 2 to the basketball, allows Ilyasova to be open on this catch and finish. So again, miscommunication between the defenders that are involved on the screen, the cutter that's coming off, again, a great shooter, so they're putting pressure on the defense. Again, help is occupied, whether, it's action away from the basketball, or you got someone on the weak side corner who's not fully pulled in. And even if they were fully pulled in, maybe they don't want to give up the skip, right? If that player is a knockdown 3-point shooter. So again, a lot of different ways for you to be available for that slip. And that's why it's important as you're setting the screen, right, that you're active after your cutter, right, after your teammate has come off the level of that screen. We'll see the last one here. LeBron with the basketball. Danny Green's going to set the flare for Kuzma. So again, you got two good shooters involved here with this action, so they flare away. Again, communication, just, you can see with the hands, they're trying to communicate. So the one mess up here for the Orlando Magic, so instead of this, I believe this is number 25, instead of him getting underneath Danny Green, he tries to lock and get to the top side of him, so it allows, again, Danny Green to read this slip. He does a great job of reading the slip because he reads 25 being on his top side. He reads the space. So again, that's another thing you got to be able to read as the screener is read the space, right? You have that space to cut. So Danny Green slips, great cut, shows his hands, shows his chest. Aaron Gordon doesn't have his hands up on LeBron, so LeBron's able to just be a quarterback and fire that pass in there for the finish. So again, just a lot of different things happening within these plays. But again, to get back to just being an active screener, be able to set your screen, right? Do your job first of trying to get your teammate open, right, as the cutter, right? And if you do a good job or a great job of being the screener and trying to get your teammate open, usually you're going to be rewarded if you're able to stay active, right? Know where the basketball is, read the space, read the defense, and then be able to be available for the basketball, right, on those slips. And then you got to also have that ability to finish around the rim.